connecting through music and just finding that mutual language and like you're living that together. For me, that was the most important piece.
Day one, we all get to the border and they're like, you need to turn around and go back across the US border and then make a U-turn.
I think there's a song that goes with that.
Stuck at the border with nothing to do. We're stuck at the border. Please, please let us do. Yeah, we're stuck.
Two of us on the bus didn't have our passports, so now they're making us fill out slips and they're going, you two can't come on the trip. And we're like, this is this is great.
We're at the border and I just broke this window.
It's too powerful. Watch it. She leads and she's all, this kind of feels like it's loose a little bit.
I think we have kilos and kilos of love to spread.
Moy, thank goodness, Moy from Tomorrow's Bad Seeds, you know, he speaks Spanish fluently and was able to talk to the guy.
We just circled back through the border, back to the US border, had to get some visas. Yeah, we did a couple loops and now we're back through, so.
Please let us through. Please let us through.
Yeah, I just had to fix that. Yeah, tape and caulk. We got caulk.
I broke the ice. This is mine. Everyone else get your own.
Now we're gonna hit the road.
Once getting over that, it was just sort of going into the mystical land and just, you know, heading down south and just going south.
Trying to make it to get to the school in time, but it looking a little bit late. Maybe 3 hours at the border wasn't really expected.
I think we all were kind of wondering a little bit about what we were about to experience and what we were about to do, and you know, how the kids would accept us. Would they enjoy our music? Would they even want to see us? You know, would they be upset that we were there? I think we were just extremely surprised pleasantly by the reaction that we got from them.
Ellos van en una caravana, salen desde San Diego y van hasta Los Cabos. Se nos pidieron la oportunidad de estar con nosotros y traer esta música para todos ustedes de una forma gratuita. Entonces, por supuesto que yo les dije que sí, que aquí eran bienvenidos. Van a estar tocando aproximadamente unos 20 minutos. Les vamos a pedir que pongan atención y disfruten la música.
This is a great scene right here. It's our first school stop, and we got about 200 kids, all just super amped to hear music, and yeah, got 6 bands to perform for them, so it's all just good vibes.
Damos un aplauso antes de que empiecen.
Singing, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright.
I'd never been in any neighborhood in Mexico, you know, and I'd never been to a neighborhood like this one before. Stray dogs everywhere, and all of a sudden, to the left of the van, there's this school, you know, that we got in there, and you know what? That school is just like any other school, you know, like the kids were playing with each other. They see us coming in, and they got really excited, and they were amped, you know. It was an assembly, you know, but it wasn't in an auditorium, it was outside. I'm singing and beatboxing, and people are grabbing guitars and everything, and they started getting in that vibe, and I was just like, this is real. We really cared about them. We showed them some love, and we gave them some hope and showed them something that they may be into, you know. At that point, I realized that was our language. You know what I mean? As long as we had this music, we were going to connect with each other.
And I discovered a little more about myself and, you know, my purpose in life and why it is I do what I do and why it is I'll never stop.
The mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
I think we were just extremely surprised pleasantly by the reaction that we got from them, and how inviting the kids were and how receptive, and you know, they had a blast, and in turn we had a blast with them.
You know, I didn't really know what to expect. I was wondering, you know, is it going to be like a sad feeling or a happy feeling, or, you know, this is very new to me, you know. Music is fun. The kids want to have fun. The kids want to play music, you know?
It's really cool because you have the mindset going in and it is what you think it is, but then it's so much more, and that is what really made it special.
The kids loved it, they enjoyed it, they really had like a real passionate look on their face to see something different they've never seen. So I felt pretty fulfilling to do something like this.
All their eyes are just full of like light and life, and it's so amazing to be able to bring music in and see that they feel that, you know. That's right.
Hola, gracias por la música y también espero que vuelvan pronto. Los voy a extrañar. Sí.
Going there donating instruments, which was just one of the most humbling feelings I've ever had.
So blessed to be a part of this.
They couldn't understand what I was saying, but they understood the message, you know? It was big. This was bigger than us.
We pull up in this campsite on the side of the road. We can't necessarily see what this campsite is all about, other than the fact that we've got 3 vans pulled up in this little, stash spot on the side of the road.
Everything's good. Chilling in Mexico. It's dark as except for this thing.
We're unsure of where we are exactly because it's been pitch black for a long time.
All night I can remember for sure tractor trailer after tractor trailer coming through this desert road in the middle of the night that's washed out, and they're coming through at like 3 miles an hour.
Now we're actually getting to meet each other musically and jam together, in a more intimate setting and stuff, and that's how we all met each other first. It was more through music.
Expecting it to be super hot, but the rain's nice and refreshing,
Woo! Just getting ready for the journey. Working out right now because there's no gym in sight. It's my first time camping, and I'm really glad we have a good tent. There's a lot of cuddling.
Oh no, I slept like a baby. I had a little inflatable mat. I'm good to go.
What's that? It's just tent shit.
Estamos listos para irnos sur de aquí. Vamos a ir a México a Los Cabos. Esto está bien chévere, pero menos la lluvia. Pero la lluvia es agua y agua es vida. Entonces, water is life.
We're on a Mexican rodeo. Moy is a snorer.
Am I really?
Yo, dude.
Right now we're in the tail end of a tropical storm. It's actually supposed to be a hurricane called Blanca.
Back in the van, yeah, let's go down south.
Still an early day. We got one down already. You're not gonna see me going down. You're only gonna see me throwing down. It's only an hour in too. Only an hour in.
It's what the wise man once said.
It was the first trip on the Broken Stems bus, so trial by fire, we decided to break it in going down to Mexico. Sitting there, and when it all hits you and you realize, wow, I'm sitting around some of the most talented musicians in Southern California, and we're all just hanging out and we're putting together some amazing music just off the top of our heads, sitting in the bus, singing, doing harmonies. Granted, the music got a little worse as we drank a little bit more, but we didn't know that.
We are making our way down. We're almost to the halfway point, about another 150 miles.
So halfway through the second day, we stop at this cafe in middle of nowhere, rural area.
We stopped here in Punta Prieta at a sweet little cafe. They did it family style for us. Put together 4 huge plates of the really good food, the best food we've had in a while, and we're all feeling good and stuffed and ready to hit the road.
We got to the restaurant, we told them that we were musicians, and we all sat down and we had a big meal and a huge feast.
We're hungry. In this teeny tiny kitchen, 2 women just went to town and cooked for all of us.
We said that we would play for them, and they said, great, we're gonna go round up the town. And they all came out, and that was like the action that they had. And that was one of the best experiences for us, and hopefully for them too.
And then during that time, all the kids were running around in the puddles and splashing around, didn't care that they were getting soaking wet and muddy all over just because that was their highlight of their week.
Playing around in the neighborhood, jumping in some puddle, throwing mud around, and it just looks so peaceful.
That's number 3. This is my friend here. He has been sitting with his beer upside down for the past hour or so.
So we keep on driving after the wonderful breakfast at this village, and driving, and we stop at a place, a little town, we're checking it out, and then we find out this is the end of the road because there's a river that's not usually there, but now it's a river crossing the road.
I have no idea where the hell we're at. We're in Baja somewhere. For some reason, there's dinosaur bones and whale bones everywhere we go.
Basically, we hit a dead end because we got a little washout. There's a river now. There wasn't one before.
We're not crossing it on our own.
The whole place was just completely lively. They had people there suddenly because everybody was kind of stuck because of the water. They were making tacos. They were cooking up a storm. We were playing music. Everybody was out just working to get people across this highway and kind of working together.
The locals, they want to charge 300 pesos to cross each vehicle, so that's about $100.
So we're loading all the vehicles in flatbed trucks to get across the river, and we get all the vehicles across, and we go to load Hyree's vehicle, and it's too wide to fit in the truck. The trailer with all of the musicians' gear is stuck on the other side of the river, and we're working for 3 hours or so trying to get across.
You know how that goes, but let's continue to flow about the
We meet this guy, Alonso. He's under a heavy buzz. He takes Pinto's van around a secret back way through the runoff.
What are you, my friend? You Laredo to La Paz.
So Pinto shows up, and he leads us back on this hour-long four-wheeling trail to get around the river, and here we are in Hyree's vehicle with an overloaded trailer, and it's the middle of the night.
2 or 3 inches of water, but we made it through.
And if it weren't for Alonso and his crazy antics, we might have been stuck there, separated for the whole evening.
Your gaze is steady upon me, yeah. Oh.
Bombing some hills in Mexico. Paradise, no idea where we're at exactly, but found a nice hill. Charging it.
I can see what's on your mind. Thinking about taking it from the back, fast and rough. You think I can't tell? I'm that one that introduced you to that kinky stuff. Yeah. Said if you feel like I feel, let me know if you want me to.
And then there was Alfonso. Not Alonzo.
So Alonzo, he's a local. Somehow we made it through about 4 people.
Hey Yoda, what up, buddy?
Nice swimming.
See ya, Cortez boxing.
I'm sure Mike Pinto already talked about it. Tell him, Mike, tell him.
You know, with adventures like this, the shit almost always hits the fan, but there's always some kind of force that leads you back on track, back on the path.
We got one more song for you. Mahalo. Caravan to Cabo. All you beautiful people for being here tonight in the name of music.
Yeah, video me videoing you, videoing me, videoing you.
Going down that journey together with these unbelievably talented musicians that are all in that same journey, who are all doing that same route, just finding that peace within themselves together. It was euphoric because it made sense. Everything made sense. Like what we did, what we donated, where we went, their final destination, it all made sense. And
My clothes are rubbing shabby, I still hold my head up high, rocking this rough style. Then I think
Don't you remember that big ass island? I think we're right here.
There's so many islands, man.
Where are we? No, dude, this is definitely not
Had a nice whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I guess.
Mike Pinto.
Yeah. Based on the style of the cacti, we're in a town called Pemesh. It's right here, it says.
Then I think to myself, oh Lord, what can I do?
We tried to throw a coconut at his sign.
And I'm driving.
We're heading down the road. We're moving to Todos Santos right now.
So night 3, Todos Santos, Congo Curry took us to his spot, and it was quite an experience. I mean, they took us in like it was home. Burgers, chicken breasts, and we got a starving crew. They took good care of us at the bar at the complex there, and what ensued was all the musicians got together that evening after a great dinner and a couple beverages, and really rocked out, which was awesome. We're out of the van, we're out of the bus for the day, and everybody's uniting over a great meal and some drinks.
And extra is better.
Surf, 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 surf. We're gonna go ahead and surf all of them this morning. I don't know if we have enough time, but we might get to it.
Oh my God, he's free. Somebody get it back in there. Charlie's one of my best friends, man. It's an English Mastiff, and he's a sleeper.
Other than that, it's a beautiful morning. This is a beautiful place. I'm excited.
Just curious with some mango.
Yeah, so we cruised in late last night, made it to Todos Santos. It's where Curdy's hometown is, where his lady's from. Got to stay with her family at their place. Really awesome spot. They treated us to an amazing dinner. Had a jam session. Good wrap up to the driving, and now we finally made it to the beach. We're at the Pacific again.
Yo, what's up? This is Moy, my good friend Curdy, my good friend Jesse right here with Broken Stems. Curdy's from right out here, hooking us up. We're gonna do something over here on the Broken Ship. This is the road to, Caravan to Cabo.
The tourists drive 1 hour, the locals drive 30 minutes. But it's a really nice road, man.
Viva la vida y deja vivir, déjame en paz que me quiero ir. Oye señora, ¿qué quieres de mí? Viva la vida, no quiero morir. Viva el día, viva el sol, adiós a la luna que ya se metió. Viva la noche en su oscuridad que me cubre los ojos a ver la verdad. Viva la niña que baila en mi pecho que me da derecho a pegarle dolor. Viva la raza
We've been having a lot of Hollywood people in there, the famous guys. But it's okay, we like it.
No sé por qué yo te amé ayer. Viva la vida.
Sunrise.
Ready to go? Yeah, dude. We're gonna run.
We're heading over to an
orphanage. We're going to meet some of the children down here in Los Santos.
We are here with some of the most wonderful kids in the world. You might ask yourself, why Todos Santos? And we would tell you, why not?
Trying to learn some chords from him.
E minor.
I think going to the orphanage and connecting, there was a couple of kids there that I really connected with, and those memories will last for a lifetime.
Went the only way.
Hola. How are you? I'm doing well. No direction in mind. Ever we are is home. When sight grows weary, we grow cold.
And to see how positive they were, how much energy they were filled with, it's something that's really inspiring. It's something that I'll take with me forever.
You know, I was lucky enough to hang out with this little rock star. She killed the guitar. You know, I just wanted to be there and just work with her and get her on the stage because she was just incredible.
These were just like any other kids, you know what I mean? In a different place, completely alien to me, but kids are kids, you know what I mean? And they were happy, and it felt so great to spread something that was so universal to them.
We were in that moment, and it didn't, like, there was nothing there. There was no walls, there was no constraints. It was just like, we're doing a pure, like, it's pure connection right now. And it's just like
that any other kid would be stoked about. Like, I don't ever want to let this go. I don't ever want to let this feeling go. The happiness, my cheeks hurt from smiling so much. They didn't want it to end, we didn't want it to end, and it was beautiful.
Cabo. You know this. We're gonna go have fun.
The journey is all the fun. I wouldn't want to just fly in and play the gig and fly out.
And then we're gonna do a music festival.
Exciting journey. Developed some awesome relationships along the way that I'm totally stoked about. And
yes, come on, have it.
Made a lot of good friends. A lot of us came on this trip without knowing anybody. 30 different people, some of them who know each other, some of them didn't, like you said. I was one of the people that didn't know anybody. I came here and I made 30 new best friends.
We made it to Cabo.
Finally here. We're looking out, beautiful stage. We got the surf competition right in front of me right now, and we're ready to make some music for this town tomorrow.
Look at it. Boom.
Johnny! Come over here, man.
Day 5 here at Cabo. We got Mike Pinto tonight, the Ambassadors, Broken Stems, Donovan Frankenreiter. It's been a long, dusty road, but it's definitely worth it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear your music, man. I'm your biggest fan.
I hear you calling. I hear you calling for me. Follow the line.
Finally, all the highway has been covered, and we can just like see this graceful, beautiful stage on the beach. And man, we just went through a lot together to get here.
To the grace of a better day, ooh, in a better way, I am yours. After the fight, I hear you calling for me. Maybe you're right.
The first few days was really fraught with challenges and roughing it camping in the middle of nowhere. But what a wonderful time to come together as a group. I mean, this was a very cool time to get to know new people and, like I say, rough it together.
I almost had forgotten what the end of the trip was about. Stopping at the schools and orphanages, meeting people along the way. That was just such an adventure in itself. It felt like that could have been the whole trip. And it was like we were just so full by the time we got to Cabo.
If you can see somebody be as happy as they are and just be filled with such joy by something as simple as music, you can really bring that with you anywhere. And it doesn't matter what happens to you. You can always be that positive and you can always be that happy.